Well, welcome to tonight's stream. It's only a quick one, and the title is uh, Lebanon Daylight Saving Dispute. Country wakes up in two different time zones. Never heard anything like that before. So I just thought I saw it trending in the news. So I thought I'd get your opinions. What do you think if we woke up here in the UK with two different time zones? Say Scotland and England, and then you've got or England and Wales were on the same time zone, and Scotland wasn't. What a confusion that would be! But the reason why Lebanon has got a divided time zone is because the Muslims, the authorities there said Ramadan finishes on April the 21st, so that's when they were going to alter the clocks. The Christians said they wanted to alter the clocks at the same time as Europe, which was last night, Sunday at 2 a.m. in the morning. So I've got nobody here in the stream at present, but I'm not really worried. So hopefully you will watch this on replay, because I haven't done anything about advertising this stream. But I thought, well, I'll just go live and see if anyone comes in with me on this Sunday night at 10:30 in the evening. So I'm just talking to myself away about this conundrum, as I would call it, to be woken up in two different time zones. Hello, Tony. Nice to see you here. It comes on there first. I just thought I'd do this. I don't know whether you've seen a bit of the news about Lebanon, where they've got two different time zones because the Lebanese government said that they wanted to change the time, alter the clocks an hour forward after Ramadan on April the 21st. And the Christian community wanted it done on the last Sunday in March. So you've got the two different time zones in Lebanon. What a confusion, as I've just said. What about this if it had been Wales and England on one time zone and Scotland, because they want independence, at another time zone? What confusion that would cause for people travelling from Scotland to England or vice versa. I see that you didn't, Tony. I see that you wasn't on Randolph's live stream, but I heard you talking to him on the phone because I've been watching a bit of that. But he didn't answer me. Religious baloney. Yes, it is. Definitely, Tony. Definitely. Do you want to come on? Keep me company on this live stream. If you do, tell me and I'll send you the link. Because it was only a quick one just to test Melon out, because I haven't used Melon for a while. So I was, okay then. Yeah, because I was surprised he went like that, because I mean, it didn't show any of his flight sim up, and whoever was helping him, go, I wonder how you make that bigger there like that. It comes on the screen, but I don't like it. Send link, need computer on. Okay, then I will send you the link through copy link. So I've copied it and I will send it via messenger to you if I can find where you are. I know I've got you on Messenger, and Anthony Robson. Yes, that's it. So paste. So I've sent the link to you on Messenger. So I will see you when you come in the live stream, and we can have a little bit of a chat about things. So, but you've got to put your computer on, yeah, and so what is it I've got to do to get those things off. Teleprompter, banner, ticket. No, I can't remember what it was now that I did. Styles, was it? No. Oh, apps want it. Yeah, get that off. Yes. Which apps do I want off? Chat box, because it's not very loud. It's not very good. So turn that off. That's it. I've done that now as well. So there's two people in now. Who's the other one in? They haven't said hello to me. And have I got no? I haven't got Gail in either. I thought she might have come in. So just linking up. Say hello, whoever else is on the live stream. I would like to say hello to you, but if you don't want to come on, that's okay by me, because I'm not doing anything special. This is just a case of wanting to see how Melon went, because I haven't used Melon for a long time. So I just wanted to see if it did work and how it worked. I think if I go full screen, I won't be able to see. Oh, yes, I can still see, but then I can't see anyone who comes up with me. Yeah, so as I was saying, that I was reading this about Lebanon having two different time zones now, which to me is just shows you how hypocritical religious people are. While they can't agree, the government says April the 21st, that's what it should have been. But Christians played up about it and says, no, we want it as Europe does on the last Sunday in March. So we've got that. What other things? Did you watch the England game tonight at 5:00, 2-0 against Ukraine? I think that it was a decent first half, but the second half, that they just sat back, I think, a little bit, the England team, and they showed a lot of respect for the Ukrainian team. But and I like the bit at the beginning where both teams lined up to put the peace banner up, because that was a really nice touch. What else am I going to talk about? Oh yes, live stream pros have got Leader starting on the 1st of April, which is Leader is live every day in April. So it was a thing that I did last year in August, live every day in August. And I really enjoyed doing that, because I learned a lot about being a lot more confident about sat here doing a live stream on my own, just talking about anything. I watched Random Life Productions live stream earlier on. She went on for about 28 minutes. She looked very relaxed in front of the camera, talking about the way her channel, she wants her channel to go. She's doing history, the history of London, walking tours, photography. I mean, she's just come back from New York, and the photographs that she's taken are excellent photographs, and she's going to print some out and put them in frames and put them on her wall when she gets the house finally finished, because she's had a lot of upgrades to her house. So Tony still isn't here, but hopefully he might come in eventually. I've been watching Randolph's live stream as well, exploring Eden Valley drones explorer, and he was on his computer doing the flight sim. And I said hello to him, but I don't think he saw the comments at all, which is fair enough. What else? What am I going to do this week? I think I might just decide to do a few more live streams, but I'm going to advertise them, because if you don't advertise them and you just go live, you don't get many people in, because people just don't realise that you're doing a live stream. And I want to get a few more, because I watched Lee's Anfield Road layouts earlier on. I was on his live stream, and because he advertises it and he goes out regular, I think he had 30 people in. I watched Jeanette Pickering's live stream last night, although I didn't go on because I was busy doing something else, and I just left the computer on. Tony says, computer taking its time. Well, as soon as you come on, Tony, I'll know you're there, and we can have a natter. So what you're watching me on at the present then, Tony? On the phone or on a tablet? Oh, I'm yawning there. It's rather, what time is it? 9:42. I've also watched Wild Island on BBC One at 7 o'clock, the David Attenborough documentary, which was very, very good. Really enjoyed that. I watch it every week. I think what a talent to go out and present shows like that. I mean, what is he now? 96 or something like that, and he's still active. Really respect that man. And I've been watching a few videos today. I watched Tony's Drive video. He's doing a bit more of those, and he does quite a few vlogs, and he's up to, what is he, 722 subscribers or 723 subscribers. I've also caught up on who else? Riot and Lewis, their latest video, and who else have I caught up on? King in It. I've watched their latest video because they're in Japan, and there was in touring in a small, very small motorhome. I'd love one of those motorhomes, but really well worth watching it. And then I've been I caught up with Tread the Globe. I watched their latest instalment because a big fan of theirs. Support all those channels that I just mentioned. Yeah, so I've done well in the last couple of hours catching up with all those videos. I watch them on the iPad because I've got the iPad there, so I watch them all on that. And Tony still isn't here. What's up with his computer tonight? Has it gone to sleep? What else is trending in the news tonight? Oh yeah, what about that tornado that hit Mississippi? Oh, I think there's been about 29 people killed on it, which is devastating. Really, I'm pleased we don't have tornadoes in this country. I mean, really, when you look how fortunate we are living in England, we don't get a lot of adverse weather. And I know sometimes it can be cold. We don't get long, hot summers, but we get a couple of weeks in June, a couple of weeks in July, a couple of weeks in August, something like that. And it's usually comfortable, isn't it? I'm just having a and what else? We see that the US reacts cautiously to Russia as Russia agrees deal to move nuclear weapons onto Belarusian soil. As he says, the US has nuclear arms on NATO soil. So, yeah, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with nuclear weapons. I think they all should be banned, really. And I think a lot of the people who might watch this would say that nuclear weapons should be banned. But This is the problem. Politicians or dictators do as they like. Well, that's all I'm going to say about that. Also, what about? I see there was another murder in Manchester yesterday. A father who'd just got a 6-week-old son has been murdered in Manchester. It looks like it was a suspected targeted attack on him. He was 32, died from gunshot wounds. That's a subject that I'm going to go on about on one of these live streams. Do you think there's more violence in the world? I do. I read it every day on the news. You see it every day on the TV, not just in this country, but throughout the world. People seem to be very, very angry nowadays. Really do. Has a computer come on yet, Tony? Because you haven't shown up in the green room. Speak of the devil. Here we have Tony. Hello, Tony.
Oh, I can hear you now. Ah,
Can you hear me?
what we got here? Where's the?
Yes. Oh, the picture
Get the
looks good.
volume up.
Yeah. Your
I got my
computer.
volume, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Why can't you hear what I'm saying?
Oh dear!
Can you hear me now?
I can see you talking. I can see I'm talking, but I cannot get any sound on it. So I'm just trying to see.
You should get sound on it.
Stereo. I see. Just give us a second.
Yes, I am.
That's it. Done.
That's it. Yeah, you can hear me now. So, how are you then, Tony, on this Sunday evening? You're up late because you're usually in bed by this time.
Getting there, but I've kind of become key monitor for this place at the minute.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so what time you got to stay up till then?
I've just finished, actually. I just walk around the building, make sure that the doors are secure, and I respond to any fire alarms, which can be any time. And I say I've just been around just before I came back in and got your message,
Yeah.
So then I got to get up at 7 in the morning to unlock the doors.
Yeah. So what happened to Randolph's live stream tonight then? Because I thought he was doing it on these planes, going round on the thing.
Around the world. No,
yeah.
He started to do another one where he does random things, different aircraft. So he's got his flight sim channel, and he's done the round the world one on his Eden Valley,
Yeah. But I noticed it didn't show the flight sim. It showed you him sat looking at his monitor. So what?
Yeah, I don't know why he did that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a new thing on where I saw the clips. I haven't got an answer for you, but he said he couldn't land because of bad weather. So I loaded Flight Sim up, and Flight Sim gives you a world map. And then I've got to zoom in. I find out where he is. I know where his altitude is. I zoom in on him. And then I know he's flying a 777, which is a big aircraft, and he couldn't see where he was going. And I have to look ahead of the aircraft to find an airport that's got a 9,000 plus runway. And then I've got to work on, because it's like a 2 seconds delay, I've got to predict where the aircraft's going to be and tell him to turn left or right to get him down to the airfield, which I did. I got him bang on, and he landed safely. But up to that point, he didn't know where he was going. So quite fun. Did it in the Air Force. Brings back memories.
Yeah, but it's that view that he had of his screen, you couldn't see anything.
No, you couldn't. And I've got to tell him off for that.
Yeah, and I don't think he could see the chat because I said hello to him.
Yeah,
and
he did say to me that Keith popped in, so he did notice you.
Oh yeah, because I was on. I stayed on for about 20 minutes. to be honest. And I thought, come on, you haven't answered me. You haven't answered me. What's happened with you? What's happened with you?
Yeah, I mean, he was that camera you saw. He was on live stream. He had one going there. He had a chat on his phone talking to another guy, and he was talking to me as well. So he had about 5 things going at once. So it's bad enough him doing one thing. Never mind 5.
Right? Yeah. Because
And
he wants me to. He wants to do a live stream with both you and him on. So
yeah. But we're
I
just going to
might.
get the timings. I
Yeah.
mean, tomorrow night might be a good time if you're available.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to take Sam to work, so therefore I don't have to pick her up. So I should be clear in the evening.
Yeah. So about 8 o'clock-ish then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you get in touch
I'll let
with him.
him know.
Yeah.
But no, I mean things apart from mother, things are comfortable. I had a letter off the doc the other day saying that some big words in there, but saying the CT scan said my body was clear. So I take it that means the cancer's still at bay. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. It is.
And I say dietitian. Well, they give up on me. I missed an appointment. I thought it'd be a phone call, and they said, "Oh, you missed your appointment. We're not going to give you another one." Okay, fine. I don't care.
Well, it's like Pat. Some of the post goes astray because there's 2 number 8s where she lives.
Yeah.
One's in the close and one's in the sheltered housing, and a lot of the time, her post goes to the close and not to the sheltered housing.
Got you.
So she missed an hearing test. She missed a feet being done, a nails clipped.
Yeah.
And she phoned up and says, "I never got the letters." So she's now got to wait again before she can get back on to the.
I mean, I know they don't mean to be the bad group, but the NHS is not as good as it used to be.
No.
I mean, my mother, I say she collapsed. She went into Cramlington Hospital. They transferred her to Cramlington Hospital because our situation was something that they couldn't cope with at Wansbeck.
Yeah.
When they were at Wansbeck, they got her sugar levels on a reasonable level, but she still hadn't got her faculties. She still didn't have her movement because she had 5 strokes. So they said they couldn't hold her at Cramlington because that's an emergency hospital. They would transfer her back to Wansbeck. So they did that. 5 days later, she took a relapse, and they said, "Look, we think we better transfer her back to Cramlington because they have a facility to put her on a monitor."
Yeah.
So they phoned for an ambulance. It took 1.5 hours for that ambulance to get to the hospital. Yet they are a hospital that has ambulances, but it took 1.5 hours to get the transportation to get her out to another hospital.
Yeah.
And then 3 days later, they brought her back to Cramlington, so to Wansbeck. So she's been backwards and forwards to these hospitals, and she's not really any better, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a downside of my life, but bless her.
Yeah. It's the same with Pat. I mean, when she had 2 TIAs a couple of months ago, a couple of days apart. Phoned for an ambulance, and both times they said, "Oh, it'd be between 6 and 8 hours." So it says, "Take her to Scunthorpe stroke unit straight away." So I got in the car and we took her to Scunthorpe Stroke Hospital. When we got there, Scunthorpe Stroke Hospital says, "No, we can't accept her. You've got to go through A&E." So we went down to A&E, and it was absolutely packed out. It would have been an 8 to 10 hour wait in A&E. So she started feeling better. So she says, I'm going to go home now. She says, I'm not stopping round here.
That's
So
the problem, like, because people can't get to the doctors,
yeah,
and the doctors are saying do the walk-ins. So the nurses are getting flabbergasted. I
yeah,
mean, when I went to hospital for myself a few months back because I couldn't stand up. I mean, I was taken down by ambulance and took into the area where look at you, and
yeah,
then she says, "We're going to move you," and where they moved us to was actually reception where all the other people had just come in, and I was stuck there for an hour and a half. I went, really?
yeah,
you know, and
yeah,
one of the doctors came out and he absolutely looked knackered. I says, "You look absolutely terrible." He says, "I've been on 72 hours. I haven't had a break."
yeah. It's
You know,
you can understand why these junior doctors
yeah,
are going on strike, because I mean, we're, I've always thought that they have worked far too many hours,
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
when they're on as long as they are, Tony, you
yeah.
can't say that they
It's
are uh, giving you a good service.
See, it's always been the case, even when I was in the NHS, where the NHS have been taken advantage of. Not so much in the way the patients take advantage, but how companies respond to them. You know,
Yeah,
we used to clean, or I used to clean the instruments prior to an operation, and we used to sterilize them at 400, 500 degrees in steam. And this used to take an hour to get them out for the next operation. On this particular day, this guy came in, a wall had hit his leg or crushed his leg. He went into theatre, and the surgeon says, "We've got to save his life. We need a saw to cut his leg off."
yeah,
Both saws were in the autoclave with a 52-minute window.
yeah,
We couldn't stop the machine. So what he did was he got £52 out of his pocket, give it to the orderly, and says, "Go down to B&Q." And he got a saw for £52. Came in, used the saw on the patient, and then put it
yeah,
in the bin. And he says, "The saw that you got in your autoclave is £5,000. The £49.51 did the same job, and we disposed of it. Does that make sense to you?" And I went, "No, it does not." He says, "Because the quality of the saw you got in the autoclave is supposed to be better than one you get in B&Q," but he says it's not. It's because NHS want it. It gets 2 zeros put on the end of it,
yeah,
and that's the thing that the government should step on. They should
yeah,
they should support the NHS, and they don't. They don't. They destroyed it, as
mm,
they have in everything. They destroyed the armed services, the police force, and you know. I mean,
mm,
when we were lads, we used to have a policeman drag us home from school by the year, didn't we? They said, "Come on, lad, you're not supposed to be back at school." And now you would get, um, you know, told off for doing it for manhandling the children or whatever, and it's gone to hell really hard. You're not allowed to hit your children, or I mean, I don't agree with hitting your children, but in certain conditions, a clip of bat across the back of the head saying that's naughty, you know,
mm,
it's a learning curve. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
I've grown up. I'm more respectful to people now, but you've got people now on the streets that will beat up old ladies and that, and they have not been brought up the way I've been brought up. They've been
yeah,
allowed to do what they want when they want, and that's kind of the whole crux of the matter. We've the rules have been changed, so we haven't got control anymore. You
yeah.
know, um,
I'm just going to say hello to 007 Vauxhall Paul. Thanks a lot for joining, Paul. I didn't advertise this stream. I just went on because I thought I just fancied a natter. And luckily enough, Tony saw it and he's come on and joined us. So I don't know when you're going live again, Paul, but I presume you will put something out and let people know. That's what I've got to do, innit? So if you're around tomorrow night, Paul, I'm going live with Tony and Randolph about 8 o'clock. They're about.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. And if any more want to join us for a chit chat about anything in particular, really, the state of the NHS or what you're doing on your channel or whatever, we can have a good discussion, can't we? And all get to know each other.
As I say, it's good to have chit chats and that,
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you, my 3D printer burst into flames.
What, the new one?
No, my old one.
Yeah, you told me that, and you've got a new one, haven't you?
I got a new one. In fact, I'll show you what I printed off myself.
Yeah.
Oops.
Cool.
It's to keep all your cards and your USBs in.
Cool. That's smart. Yeah. And how long did that take to print off then?
9 hours.
9 hours. So how much was the total cost?
That is a good question. I've never really worked it out. It probably would work out about 5 hours, I suppose, in overall with the bits and pieces and time, But it's fantastic to watch something be built up from a piece of string type thing,
Yeah.
I'm gonna at the minute I've got problems with the boards not lining up, so I'm getting misprints at the minute. So tomorrow I'm gonna have a go at lining the flatbed up to its level because it's got to be totally flat and at a certain height. You only got to get a piece of paper between the head and where it's printing, and mine's a bit off, so it's printing in midair. It's only a fraction too high, so I've got to redo that because I'm going to do a jewelry box for my girlfriend down south. She didn't know that, but it does everything. It creates the box, the lid, the hinges, and then you can put our name on the front, and you can see how much the text goes in and out, and put from Tony inside on text, and it does that all on the printer. When I did the first one, I did it something like that, and it was having problems with the printer. That there is 100 hours of print.
Yeah. Cool.
That's how long it takes, 100 hours. So that's like 4 days.
Yeah.
Constantly running. But
did you see that? Excuse me a minute, Tony. Did you see that Paul said that looks handy, Tony? I reckon you could start selling some of your.
Yeah, I can't see your chit chat because I haven't got it on there.
Yeah. But I put it on the screen then. So Paul says, you are from the northeast, Tony. So,
I am. Yeah, I mean the print itself. If I bring it up on this side, is all the USBs. So when if you lose a USB, you just pop it in there, and it's got its own slot. These are for this side's for the big SD cards. If I swing it around that way, so that's there, and then at the front is all your little SD cards. They go in the front there. So these things are available on Thingiverse. And what is on there is unbelievable. There's over 100,000 designs you can print. Everything from a frog to a small vase, or even a bigger vase. I bought myself, the new printer, and I got a cover. So it's actually inside a fireproof cover, which soundproofs it a bit. So that's there. And I've asked Creative, they sent me the wrong laser, but I'm going to get a laser for it. And what that does, it doesn't, it's got a or 10-watt laser, and it burns your pictures into wood.
Cool.
So you can download a picture, as we are seeing here. If I grab a picture, I can download it in the software. It converts it into a graphical design. You save that to the disk and then send it to the printer, and it lasers it into the wood, or plastic or paper. The more powerful lasers, they will do it into glass. So you could get a glass sheet and then draw somebody's picture in the glass sheet, the 30-watt lasers. And technology's gone so far. In fact, the printer I've just bought is on sale at £179.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, chaotic world. It's me. Yes. Oh my God, it's an eagle. Yes, it is me.
So
I've been doing quite a few of these live streams, but I'm going to have to advertise them. So I'll tell you now. I'll be on tomorrow night, roughly about 8 p.m. UK time, which is 2000 hours, isn't it? Yeah,
cheers.
2000 hours UK time with Tony. Tony's coming on, and I hopefully going to get a few more guests on. So sorry about that, Tony. Carry on about the 3D printer then.
So, I mean, you can do everything. They even got a gun on there, would you believe?
Yeah.
But it looks like a proper gun, but it has elastic bands on it. You fire a repeater, you load about 13. Big up. What we used to play when we were kids. But yeah, I mean, unbelievable what you can do. Everything from a funnel onwards. They even got IKEA bits on there where you can print up new handles and that.
Yeah.
On the thing, it's got these clips that go around the tubes, and it's got that on there. You can print 6 at once in 10 minutes, and you just pour them on, and it keeps your tubes in place. So
Sure.
it's a very handy device in that respect. And as I say, they're going to send me a laser, so that takes away making something like that to drawing something.
Yeah. So now, if you don't mind me asking, Tony, how much is the laser going to cost you extra?
£69.
And is it easy to fit onto the
Yeah.
printer? Yeah.
There's two versions. One is a one cable print on the older printer, and the newer one actually looks like it comes with a box.
Yeah.
Which is separate from the printer. You hook the laser across the original head, and this box of tricks communicates with the printer and moves the head up and down to move it. It's all like magic. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you really enjoy doing your laser print, your 3D printer, don't you?
I do. I enjoy watching how it makes something out of nothing.
Yeah.
I like me gadgets without a doubt.
Yeah.
But I'll say whatever comes out. I mean, one of the new lasers they've just developed. It's like a cone. I haven't got one, but it's a cone about that sort of height, and you go out to your car, and if you want the eagle drawn on your boot, you load the engine and press go, and it draws an eagle into your car.
Oh, that'd be smart. I'd have to fetch my car up then.
But no,
how long would that take though?
it only takes 5 minutes. It's a powerful laser.
Is it? Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's about £1,000 to buy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got these techniques now where you can actually burn something into a car. You can set the depth, how far you want to go in, and what have you. So
Yeah.
it usually defaults to like a 0.5 millimeter print, and it prints it in, and it
Cool.
looks quite good.
That sounds ever so interesting. That.
If you go onto YouTube and you put laser printing car or for car, and you can see them just going around,
Oh, yeah.
but at the same light, these things are dangerous. You mean you got to wear glasses and that,
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got the laser they sent me across there, and it stands about year height, and you send your glasses with it and all sorts, So you got to be careful of the cat, which is down here, because he's always nosy. He's gonna get a cat that's been zapped.
Yeah.
But no, it's the technology that's coming out now for the home. I mean, I say that printer is the Epson. No, get it right. Ender 3 version 2.
Yeah.
And it's only just recently come out. It's retailing at $232, and you can get it for at the minute for 178.
Yeah. And where'd you get it from? What's
Creality it's called. But if you do Ender 3 in Google, it'll show
yeah.
you the Creality site.
Yeah.
They send it out by courier,
Yeah.
so you can have it pretty well fast.
Yeah.
Um,
Are they expensive to run then, Tony?
Not well. I mean, I haven't tried looking at my bill at the minute, but on average, the head is something about that. If I can get anything, it's about that big,
Yeah.
and that heats up to 200 degrees,
Yeah.
and it holds at 200 degrees. So I suppose over a period of 100 hours, then it would, run up a bill of maybe £5-6. But
Yeah.
I've never really clocked it, in that
Yeah.
respect.
And what do you buy to make the? I presume it's plastic. So have you got? Do you have to buy the plastics?
Yeah. Just give us a second. I'll go and get a reel and show you.
Yeah. Because this is fascinating. Because I mean, I don't know anything about 3D printers or anything, so that's why I'm enjoying this conversation with Tony to learn about 3D printers. I mean, it started off this live stream talking about the things in Lebanon, but
So
now we're talking about 3D
this is
printers.
the reel,
Yeah,
and the plastic is there,
yeah,
and then that prints out to a computer program, a bit like when you write a letter on your
yeah,
matrix printer. It turns it into notes and ones onto a
yeah,
table, and then produces what you got there,
yeah,
which is unbelievable. I mean, the name of the company is Creality.
yeah.
And if I open this box up, this is what they sent me wrong. But there you go. One laser.
Cool. Well, that is brilliant. That then.
But this one doesn't actually work with my printer. It works for the older printer. So
Yeah,
I've emailed them because it's a 14-day to get your money back type thing, to ask them about replacing it with the correct one. Being a Sunday, obviously they're not going to be in. So tomorrow I'll expect a letter back to show, tell me how I'm going to send it back. But
yeah,
I mean, when I started computers, I would never have thought that I would be printing or doing lasers. I mean, one of the other lasers, which I still need a drive for, is that one. And that is a laser. It's only a 300 watt laser,
yeah,
and it's done by Insima. These are round about £50, and they will burn into wood, and
yeah,
they go into your computer, and you get the software and what have you to actually load in Eagles and God knows where else from the internet
yeah,
to actually print onto wood, and over a period of time you learn what sort of intense you want, because you can, the more intense you give the laser, the stronger it's going to burn the wood. So on a 10%, you could say draw a dog on a piece of wood that big.
Yeah.
If you move the laser to a corner and you put it onto 100%, it will constantly burn into that area till you get a hole to put a wire through. So you've got something to hang it with. You know,
fascinating.
So it can do. And I mean, the new laser that have come out, which are a bit more expensive, is the 30-watt laser, and that can actually burn into glass. And the glass doesn't shatter; it actually just burns gently across the glass to give you the picture you want. So really, as a Christmas presents and that go, you could do a lot. I've just had some come in pieces of wood there with their own hangers, because I was going to do some prints from the drone and that. You know, where you go up and you get some nice shots of castles and what have you, and then convert those shots to graphics, and then from the graphics you go to laser, and you can do a nice shot from the drone, you know, onto that. So that's just one of the many things that's now available to the public. I mean, a knitting machine's the other one that's been around for 20 years.
It's
been updated 3 times so far, and you plug that in the computer and it knits for you. You know, you say, I want a snowman on a jumper, and you do the same graphics as you do for laser, and you put it on there and pipe it off to the the machine, and it knits it.
Never thought about that, Tone. Anyway, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to finish the stream. Stay on,
Yeah.
and I will. We'll have a natter when the stream's finished. So I'll hide you. And I will just say thank you for joining the 2 or 3 people that's been watching. I appreciate that. And I will see you tomorrow night. So bye from the Eagle and bye from Tony.